Hi guys, so today I just hopped up on the camera, didn't fix my hair, didn't take my sweatshirt off. Like, this is just gonna be the real deal today because I have a lot of shit going on, ain't gonna lie. So, I promised you guys that I would bring you a battle of the primers, and that's what we're gonna do today. So that's why I look like this, because obviously you have to put primer on first, right? So we're just gonna go ahead and get right into it. So the primers we're gonna be talking about today is the Urban Decay Optical Illusion Primer and also the Pore Vanishing Stick from Estee Edit. If you guys haven't seen, I did do a review and demo, first impression kind of a deal on the Estee Edit stick as well as the Milk Blur stick. And so that's why we are here today, because I wanna see, you know, I did think that this was better than the Milk Blur stick, but I want to see if it compares to my favorite pore filling primer, which is the Optical Illusion by Urban Decay. I feel like they're probably around the same. Like, this did not wow me at all. We're just gonna get right into it and see which one's better. So I am gonna moisturize my face with the Clinique Dramatically Different Moisturizing Gel. This is just a super lightweight moisturizer, so it shouldn't sit underneath and move the primer around or anything like that. I didn't even put any of my other lighting up. I just have the ring light going, so hopefully you guys can like see. I don't know. Alright, so we're going to give that a second to set in, but I am going to go in with the Optical Illusion right on top of the moisturizer because I do like the way this goes on and fills in my pores when it's like on top of a fresh moisturizer. I feel like it works better. This one too, I don't know if you guys care about this, but it is smoothing. It also has rosehip and argan oil in it, and it is pore perfecting. So just in case you guys wanted to know, most pore perfecting primers are not moisturizing, so just wanted to put that out there. I'm gonna get my mirror and we're gonna put that on this side of the face. Now with this one, I do notice if you like push it around in different directions, it does fill in better. So I'm going to zoom you guys in so you can actually see my pores. So this is the side that I put the primer on. I don't know if it's picking up on camera, but I could definitely see a difference. My pores did not vanish off my face. I don't think there's any primer that's going to do that, but I can definitely see the difference between the two sides. Now I can feel that this primer is a little bit heavy, so I'm wondering if, you know, setting it with a little tiny bit of powder will work. I think we're going to try that because I feel like it's still tacky on top of the skin and that the foundation is just going to move it around. But I will show you that you can apply just a tiny bit more too. I feel like kind of doing this little downward motion works. If you guys have used this primer, let me know what you think about it. Alright, so I know that I can definitely see a difference. I hope you guys can see that on camera. So since the moisturizer is all the way soaked into the skin, I'm going to go ahead and go in with the Pore Vanishing Stick by Estee Edit. And we're going to see if this bitch works. This thing feels like super dry or something. I don't know. Oh, see, I think this is working. Can you guys see a difference? So right off the bat, this is not as tacky as the Urban Decay primer, but that doesn't really matter to me. As long as it fills in the pores, I really don't care. So this is so far what we're working with. Definitely tell that this side with the Estee Edit Pore Stick is a little more matte, or maybe I should say satin. I feel like this almost has like a satin dewy finish. Like I can see something's on my face. This one's just flat. That's Nicole again. We just bought our BeautyCon tickets. So if you guys are going, let me know. I'll be going up to New York on Friday night. and having a good old time with my girl Nicole. Haven't seen her in forever. I'm also just going to take the rest of this on the rest of my face and kind of smooth it around because I don't want my foundation to look like patchy. I feel like they both actually look exactly the same. The only difference is this one is definitely more moisturizing than the Estee Edit. I don't know if that's picking up on camera, but they're actually this way. I had it switched around. This side I feel like it's just a little bit more dewy, and this side doesn't look like I put anything on. Again, that doesn't really matter to me. I just want it to fill in my pores. That's it. So I'm gonna go ahead and set it with a little tiny bit of translucent powder. So I'm gonna use the It Cosmetics Bye Pores and literally just pat it on the skin. There literally was not even that much product on the brush, which is what I wanted. Oh, wow. With the optical illusion and the powder on top, I almost can't see my pores at all. This side, you can still see my pores right in this area. Let's see if I zoom in a little bit more. Right in this area, I can still see my pores a little bit. That is the Estee Edit side. On this side, I can barely see my pores. It's insane. All right, so I'm gonna give this a few minutes to set in because I really don't want the primer underneath to budge. Then we'll go in with foundation, see if it budges or anything. I almost want to use a sponge to apply my foundation just because I don't want it to move. I don't know. All right, so I'm using the Naked Skin foundation just because, again, like in my last video, there's like nothing left in here either. In my last video, I was telling you guys, like, this foundation, I know how it wears. I know, you know, how it wears without any pore filling primer. And right where the pore primer is, I'm going to use a beauty blender. But then all over, I'm going to use a brush. But like I was saying, I do know how this wears without the pore filling primer, so I know if it'll actually work or not. So right off the bat, I can see my pores a little bit more now. Let's do this side. This is the Urban Decay primer. And this is the Makeup Bullet sponge that I'm using. Alright, so right off the bat, I can tell you that I do like this side better. This is the side with the Urban Decay primer. They're not really that big of a difference, but I can notice this side less. And I actually really do like using the translucent powder on top. And I'm actually going to put more translucent powder on. So I'm going to finish the rest of my foundation and then we're going to see. So for the rest of my foundation, I'm going to go in with the Real Techniques brush. What if I just stipple right here, see if it'll fill in a little bit? Oh, that worked. Okay. So now I'm going to go in with my concealer. I'm just going to be using the Maybelline Fit Me concealer. And then again, just using my little sponge. All right, and then to set the rest of the face, I'm going to use some more It Cosmetics Bye Bye Pores. I did forget to mention this is a Morphe M401. Wow, that actually... Actually looks pretty good. I think my skin's a little bit dry, but that's okay. We can fix that. I even exfoliated today. And when I'm applying this, I'm just patting it so that we're not moving anything. You know I got my magnifying magnifying side of the mirror over here, like, what's up? And I know nobody's going to be this close to my face, but like I need to be this close if I know if it's going to work. Alright, so far it is, what time? 4:55. And I do want to check in maybe once or twice throughout the night to see how it's kind of settling into the skin. But so far, I am definitely liking the Urban Decay side better. They both look pretty good. I would say the major difference, I don't even know if this is going to pick up on camera, but this side with the Estee Edit does have a little bit of dryness going on over here. This side does not, and that's probably because the Urban Decay does have some extra hydrating ingredients in there to kind of help with that. Especially too because I did like load on a bunch of powder, but nobody's going to be this damn close to me. Like they're going to be farther away. But to me, the Estee Edit one actually seems like a lot more work because you have to actually like apply it this way and then you have to tap it out with your finger. So I don't know, so far the Urban Decay one is definitely winning in my book, but I'm going to do the rest of my makeup and then check back in with you guys to see what I think. Alright guys, so I'm back. And right now it is, what time? 5:15, so it's been about 20 minutes. Let me get my thoughts together. Where's my mirror? Hold it, hold it. Grab one real quick. This one doesn't have a magnifying side, so. I think they both look good. I like this side better, which is the Urban Decay primer. This side isn't bad. It's just that right in here there's a little dryness, and I really do feel like it's because of the battery's dying. I really do feel like it is because it doesn't have the extra moisture, because typically a pore filling primer does almost mattify or like absorb oils for the most part. I don't know if this one does that, but the Urban Decay one does have the argan and the rosehip in it, which is going to moisturize, which I think really balances out my skin very nicely when I have my oil control primer on and everything, or my moisturizer. But I feel like this side just worked a lot smoother. You guys let me know right off the bat what you guys think worked better. So this side is the Optical Illusion and this side is the Estee Edit. Alright guys, so my camera is not staying charged. I don't know what the problem is with it, but it is 5:36 right now, and this is going to be my final check-in. I did decide that because I decided on which primer that I liked a little bit better, I did say in the beginning, if this primer, the Estee Edit, winds up doing the same job as the Urban Decay, there's no point in me keeping it because I already love the Urban Decay one. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to keep the Urban Decay one. I actually love that one. The Estee Edit, I just think that it's some extra effort to put it on the face and then smear it around and, you know, mess with it and everything. I just think that it's really not worth it. I do like that the Urban Decay primer gives me a little extra moisture so that my skin doesn't look completely dry, because even though I do like more of a matte look, you still need moisture to make sure that your foundation looks more flawless. So yeah, that is my final thought on the both of these primers. I also did want to compare really quickly how much you get in each of the primers. So for the Urban Decay one, you get 0.95 fluid ounces, and for the Estee Edit, you get 0.24 ounces or 7 grams. So I believe that that means you're getting a ton more product in this one than you are with the Estee Edit, especially because this is a solid. So, but I just think that this one works a lot better. So that is my comparison between the two. If you guys have any questions or if you've used either of these primers, let me know. I'd love to know your thoughts on it. But other than that, I do want to thank you guys so much for watching this video. And if you did enjoy it, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.